Let's bring up the bans and see where we're gonna play.
Of course, we mentioned that Clubhouse is banned, as well as Oregon and Secret did play on that last week. We'll get to see Border Villa removed. Coastline will leave us with Bank and Consulate, so we get a repeat no matter what. And Bank will be removed, so we're going to play on Consulate. Okay.
So Consulate makes sense. I think it would be it's a little bit less rigid, and both of these teams like to have their ability to breathe and flex, like you say, and set the tempo, especially when on defense. So that's an important thing that they've just established.
Yeah, and yet another important thing to highlight, as we mentioned it at the start, this is the most important match of the day in terms of who gets to go to Rio. We already saw Millennium versus Chaos, which means that Millennium are sitting pretty with 22 points. Again, they're fighting for one spot because G2 were already qualified with a total of 32. We'll bring up the community vote as we continue on with our rambling, I guess. Mockit with 21 and Secret with 20. So Secret, of course, take 58% here. Mockit 33. It makes sense. They were very close against one another. I would put Mockit a bit higher than that compared to Secret.
Yeah,
but
just
still,
a bit.
It's an equilibrium.
It's also important to remember that Secret is one of the most popular teams in all of Rainbow Six, including, specifically in Europe even more so. Yeah. So it makes sense that they are going to have a higher thing on that, or higher tally on that vote, even despite the fact that they are 1 point down from Mockit right now.
So let's talk about it. 21 points for Mockit, 20 for Team Secret. Now, Team Secret play against Chaos next week, which possibly, well, more predictably, Secret could be able to win. Much easier than Mockit beating Millennium. Millennium winning obviously puts them out the top, but Secret versus Mockit is the big one, because if Secret are able to win today, their chances of winning next week are very, very high, and they could quite possibly make it to LAN off of it.
Right.
If Mockit were to lose against Millennium. But Mockit winning today and next week means that they 100% will go to LAN. Millennium have already won today, and if they can beat Mockit next week, with Mockit having won today against Team Secret, then Millennium will go through. In this game, Millennium are Mockit's biggest fans. Not the case next week.
So right now, what we're trying to get at is the fact that there are currently many teams in the running for the LAN second place for Europe. Mockit, Secret, and Millennium. And these next two play days for Europe are, well, this play day and the last one that we'll have next week are going to be huge. In fact, the very last match of the play day tomorrow will be the last match of Europe for this whole season in the regular season, and it will be likely the determining factor on who actually goes to LAN. So we're going all the way to the end to decide for Europe.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is heart-poundingly exciting.
Yeah.
No matter how you put it.
And it all starts here.
Yeah, there you go. First round on Consulate. Remind you of the bans as we were focusing on something else in the meantime. Clash Lion removed by Mockit. Blackbeard, and is that a castle ban?
Yeah, so a castle ban is something you really just don't see.
Yeah.
It makes sense though. Castle's a very powerful operator on this map. Especially, I have to emphasize how useful he is on the top floor. Oh my gosh, he is very good there. And the reason you would ban him makes it so you can pick other operators. You don't have to bring as many soft destructors, You don't have to bring a Zofia necessarily. You don't have to bring an Ashe necessarily. You can instead bring things like Capital or an IQ, and it loosens things up a little bit for you on attack. Now, to start things off, it'll be helping Mockit since they've brought neither a Zofia nor an Ashe, so they're not feeling that ban at all. Well, actually, they're leaning into it.
Yeah, they're not going to be bringing a hard breacher except for Rips, but for this site, you don't really need a hard breacher, as again, they are attacking into Teller's Archives, which is, the newest site on the map, the fourth one that was added right after the Paris Major, and we just got to see it a few times today in our very first two matchups. So here, maybe different ways of pushing, and you can already see Secret are trying to pressure Mockit early on.
Yeah, Mockit is feeling that, I'm sure, as they attempt to push in through Garage. CZ and Lackey both playing pretty aggressively on the roam here downstairs. Polaki's going to be a great operator to play in this position. He can gather a ton of information, but it also means he's not gathering information on Corey, who's pushing straight in through the Visa doorway. The grenades will cover his push in. Meepy will take out Baka as he attempts to vault the window, but fails, able to refrag onto Leon Gids. A-Site still in control of the defense, but no, actually, as the attackers make their way in, Chaos is starting to plant in the default corner. Nice and snug. He will be forced off, though, from above. Vertical control, the most important thing for the defense right now. They have Evil Eyes in the site to call out the exact locations of KS, and he will die because of that. Vale able to get a kill onto Lackey, though, in response. Steezy onto Vale by the spiral staircase. This is rapid-fire kills for both teams. Steezy is on low HP, but there's still 2 full HP attackers who are pushing their way in through Garage. These are, at least one of them at least. Corey over by Visa. And he is looking for fights, but there are none to be found because the defenders are all playing upstairs.
And Rips now will try to find maybe somebody off the rotation, but Team Secret, realizing they have a huge advantage here, they're going to sit tight and pretty here, Michael, and just hold the angles that they previously used. Sure, they don't have a hold from the bottom floor anymore, but they know where the diffuser is, and they can just keep watching that for as long as possible. Oh! The mirror of LMs will go down, so no C4 to use. Meepy has not used his gas canisters just yet as Rips into Stizzy, takes him out. All now up to Meepy. He's got a shotgun and 3 gas canisters to use. He'll try to move in with the SMG-11. Rips will find him do a bit of damage, and Meepy's on half health. He's going to try to watch the diffuser as now he can shotgun the floor and try to use that to take down the diffuse planter here as he'll find the angle. He finds it. Corey's down, and now it's up to Rips. He immediately takes the diffuser. Will have to go for the plant. Meepy, does he know that the angle is there? He's going to have to rotate back. Rips is going to try to plant all the way down in Archives. This Meepy will try to race down to try to shut him down as well. Rips go for the plant as Meepy will run on in. They can hear him moving in and information being relayed back onto him. The thermite turns around and Meepy will clutch the round, and Team Secret will take the very first one in Teller's Archives. And what a beautiful bit of play. Every single angle held by Secret. Frags going the way of Mockit, and then the clutch in the smoke.
Wow, what a back and forth round. High action there for both teams. Mockit not deterred by the trap that Secret clearly established inside of Tellers. I loved the Secret setup there. They had no real anchors in the actual Tellers bomb site. They were playing downstairs, but the rest of the attackers were up on the top floor playing pre-made holes and using those evil eyes to mark and gather information on the attackers who attempted to push into Tellers, denying that defuse plant outright. Great teamwork to allow that to happen. Good information for Secret. Mockit fought back, though, against all odds, and despite the excellent setup by Secret and the fact that Mockit sprung Secret's trap, they still managed to frag their way back into a potential win, though Meepy able to clutch it in the end. That went so many different ways at so many different times, and it was all over the place, but it was so well calculated from both teams, so well executed, and it was beautiful to watch.
Calculated and controlled chaos. The best way to describe that very first round. Every single move was done in a way to shut down your opponents. A big departure from a lot of mistakes that teams tend to do on this sort of site defense. Now this time we'll change things around. Of course, that was a win for Team Secret. It definitely does set the tone for the excitement levels of this matchup, but now Secret will defend in the top floor, holding on to the console chamber and a projector.
So this is the bomb site where the castle ban is most likely to hurt Team Secret. Now, of course, it's their own ban, so they have accounted for this, and they're very likely not going to feel it that much. Mockit, of course, when they go to defense, will have to deal with it when they go on to the defense on the top floor again, but still, the presence is known. Clash also being banned, not going to be the worst thing on this site, I guess. Clash is universally useful, but we'll see exactly how it ends up.
Corey will now maneuver himself up on the west wall as KS also has a grenade to use against Leon Gidd, who is now spotted. He, I guess, Fat Fingers, the impact grenade is forced back. The grenade will push him back as well as he takes even more damage, as Brian will gain information on him. Leon will at least take down 2 drones here, but Chaos is making his way up, and the Capitao has already dropped 1. The shotgun in use, and the Mira, though, from Meepy will take the damage and then swiftly be felled, at least on the floor for now. Should get shot down the instant they go up, and the drones should confirm this. They're going to try to use her as bait, as they should be able to set the attack crossbow in the back. The smoke can't move behind it, as unfortunately the asphyxiating bolt does not connect, and now the Mira has been brought up to the detriment of Team Mockit here.
An impressive play on the yellow stairs so far from Secret. Steezy in a great position. He lands the shotgun blast onto Vale. Not a hard thing to do, but very important that he pulls it off. Rips will take out Steezy, though, from the bathroom rappel. And so it's a constant back and forth on the yellow stairs. Mockit, though, seem to be in a better position because they finally have whittled down the yellow stairs defenders, and they have some semblance of control in that position. Corey looking for the angle into the Jaeger down in the spiral staircase. That's Lackey. And timing is not on his side. He will have to fall into the push as we come down to the last 40 seconds. Inside of the bathroom is the earlier picked up Meepy, who will be finished off to a spray from Corey. Now yellow stairs control well in hand for the attack. Because of that, the smokes will allow for a defuse plant inside of CEO. An excellent shot from Rips, but Alem's in the power play position. He takes out the planter, but it's too late. He's got to find 2 more. He's doing substantial damage to the thermite, but not enough to get a down or a kill. He's got to find 2 very lit opponents. He finds 1. The IQ on yellow stairs can deny the defuse disable from that very same position. He does not need to risk anything here. Corey is the one who can lose this round. Lems is the one forced to try and clutch it. The rotation from the Bandit, not heard by the IQ yet, but it will be eventually as the sprint comes out from Lems. Bad timing on that sprint, and the prone from Corey gets it! Mockit win the round. That's 1 for them, 1 for Secret, and it's an even match.
My God, the very first 2 rounds, and it's already giving me a heart attack. So it's one hell of a start for this matchup, with 2 on the board coming down to the wire, pick after pick after pick. Every position, every angle used and abused by your 2 teams here. And they are both hungry for that potential spot in the Pro League Finals in Rio. And they need a win here. A tie definitely goes against their calculations. We'll see how this 3rd round will go, as Consulate Meeting Room will be yet again the site that is chosen by Team Secret for the defense. Mockit switch around to the Hibana off of the Thatcher. We'll have the Thermite as well, just in case, but in this case, won't really be a big pick for them. But we've seen the amount of damage that Rips has been able to do on the Thermite.
What a hectic round. 2 in a row, in fact. And these rounds are coming as close as they possibly can. Both so far coming down to a 1 versus 1. It's crazy.
It is absolutely insane, the level of play that is being shown here, and we have just gotten started.
So, top floor once more for Secret, and they're not going to give up just yet on this. And that last round, I mean, they almost had it. I think a big part of that was that they were able to pick up the Mira. But the real problem was the Mira, after being picked up, didn't make anything happen further in the round.
Yeah, she did damage in the bathroom, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's not much.
I think at this point, we're kind of both struggling to find glaring mistakes for us to go through. We're like,
there aren't a lot. I mean, it was a good read from Secret to contend the yellow stairs. They needed to, because clearly Mockit were investing heavy. After contending those yellow stairs, they were met with some amount of success, though it wasn't enough to hold out the round. Mockit, ultimately, a very impressive take onto yellow. Despite missing some opportunities, they still managed to win it, and that's all that really matters in the end.
Yeah, the W at the end is all that you need, and there you go. Corey just droning in here, making sure that Secret have no secrets, really. Nothing to hide from Mockit, as they spot the 2 players that are playing up top and should be able to find the angle here to take down Alems, but no, that's the Hibana. Kairos have just been shot down, so they won't have an angle on the Bandit inside.
Yeah, good job to Secret allowing for Bandit to play in this position. And because of that, admin office is going to be really hard for Mockit to take. Now they're looking at their other options. Last time they tried to take the B stairwell, that's the yellow stairs, but it did not work out great. So they're, well, I mean, they won it, but it still didn't work out great. It was a fight and a half.
Oh, yes.
So now they're looking at a different potential attack strategy, also in an attempt to, I'm sure, be less predictable.
Yeah, and now because Mockit spotted the mirror window and they know that there is also a player in admin, that's the Jaeger, and with the Legion that's available because he'd already used one of his impacts to take down the Excairos, they're not going to push through admin just yet. They need to secure some kill, but the time is fleeting, and we're at a minute 02 left on the clock. Mockit have not gained an advantage, but Baka's going to try to make at least one herd as more Legion goo mines here are pushing him back. He'll find it. That's Rips to take down Leon Gids, but Stizzy with a quick refrag. Meepy to connect with the C4. KS is down, as well as Vale.
So Mockit are trying to surgically remove the player on yellow stairs, but because of that, the periphery players are able to wreak havoc because they're not being tended to from the attack. That is, of course, the C4 from Meepy, and because of that, there's so much damage being done onto the attack as they attempt to take that yellow staircase. Corey is in a very important position on the top of Spiral Stairs, but he's given his position away by trying to shoot into the site, and Alems on the tightest angle possible will land the headshot onto the IQ. Rips and Baka, the last two attackers, and Rips will be down, Baka will be finished off, and it's all over for Mockit, a lockout in favor of Secret.
Of course, Corey had been in a great position to go for a flank. Unfortunately, that had already been read by Secret and had the flank watch on point. They only left one player in admin, so could hear how things are moving in and around him for a possible late game flank. And indeed, they find the IQ of Corey. Corey being one of the newer members as well to the squad, alongside Baka Brian. We saw Brian doing quite a bit of damage, plays a pretty darn mean echo from what we saw last week against G2, and Corey, the old Movistar Riders player, moving into the lineup for Mockit right after the Paris Major, definitely been a huge, or during the Paris Major, definitely been a huge boon to the squad in terms of fragging power. And speaking of that, he'll go for the Ash as a 6th pick.
So, looks like Archives once more onto the breach, screams Secret. They managed to make it work last time, but if you'll recall, it was a very close round.
Oh, yes.
Came down to a 1 versus 1, despite an early lead established by the defensive Secret. So, this is an interesting call. And it seems to be most prevalent in Europe, of all places. Not many other regions are leaning so heavily into this Archives Teller's hole. And I gotta say, I love it.
Oh, yes.
I'm super happy to see it being brought out so many times. It just is a fresh take on how to defend Consulate and how to attack Consulate at that, and I appreciate it. The last time Secret went here, they went for a trap strategy, an Evil Eye setup inside of Tellers, that's the A bomb site, and nobody actually anchoring in Tellers. Lots of holes opened up above to hold vertically, and then roamers inside of kitchen and security downstairs, holding the push from garage, and by proxy, the bottom bomb site inside of Archives. So they had a fully fledged setup. Looks like Leon's trying to get on top of the soda machine.
Yeah, there you go. Go for the vault to put the Evil Eye up here. It's a pretty darn good spot. Very difficult to spot.
It's hard to vault that too.
Yes. You need to find like a specific angle to get the prompt and jump over it.
There's like one little pixel that you have to find. It can be really difficult to locate at times.
All right, well here, Brian, of course, bringing the Jackal. He's afraid of any potential roam, and this time he'll be moving up the top floor, and we'll scan the smoke. It's a pretty big pick if they can get this one off, as Meepy has done a bit of damage, or has done a lot of damage in the past. He'll take a bit this time around to the grenade lobbed into him as he escapes away from the assailants of Mockit.
Chaos is a very important operator here. Buck, who's going to be able to make this position a lot more versatile and allow for an easier push onto the top floor. I like the decision to push exclusively on the top floor right now from Mockit. It's likely to work for them quite a bit. I say exclusively, but Corey's trying to push his way into the Visa hallway. This could be really bad if he doesn't time it properly. Ash Charge is going to give away his intention, and Leon will stay firm on that hold. Very patient player. Now, the top floor roamers for Secret have decided to fall back to site. So the strategy that they chose to use in the last round will no longer be available to them. The trap, not an option, but it doesn't seem to be their intention from the get-go, as the Evil Eyes aren't in the same positions. Leon will be taken down by Rips, which is going to allow Corey to push his way in through that Teller's hallway. He's eating some fire from his teammate from behind, but he's still allowed to push in, and oh no! He will be down from Z. That's the bandit of Steezy, but he's been forced back. Steezy going to have to go to yellow stairs and try to rotate to the top floor to gather another flank. No, he goes downstairs instead. An interesting choice in this situation.
KS will try to buck the floor open with 40 seconds left. He get an angle on his opponents downstairs. Now the big thing for Mockit is out they're attacking from the top down, which is very different than what they did on the previous round, noticing that Secret's defense is very tough to deal with on the top floor. However, Secret have gone all the way down, and they have 3 C4s to play with a pulse. That on its own is scary. One Nitro Cell has already been expended by the Mira, but Vale will get one Lackey with the refrag. 4v3 advantage for Mockit as Brian is down, not yet taken out. KS will get the frag on Meepy. That's the safe spot you need to go to. It's very difficult to find the correct C4 angle to not hit him. 5 seconds on the clock. You need to get that diffuser down, and Corey will go for it. Can they spot him? Rips and KS will go in and get the last 2. Go frag hunting instead of going for the plant, and Mockit saved by a hair. They went only 3 seconds on the clock. They line up for the thermite and shuts them down. A tie 2-2 right now. We head to round 5.
Wow, this match is an analyst's dream. Every single stop is being pulled out here from both Mockit and Secret, and I'll tell you why. This fight will very likely determine which one of them gets to go to LAN if we don't see Millennium have anything to say about that.
Oh yeah, that's for next week.
Yeah,
well,
we've still got things, we still got matches, we still got that position to determine, but this one has a lot of weight behind it. Secret, what they've just done is on their first Archives defense, they set up a trap strategy on the main floor by holding above. And then I thought that they gave up on that when they were holding it differently, so heavy downstairs. But that was before I saw all of the holes in the floor of Tellers. So they went for a trap strategy on the middle site from below. What a turn of events there for Secret. It didn't work out for them in the end, but I have to applaud them for the calculation that they went through in order to get that strategy set up and almost managed to put themselves in a 3-1 lead. Oh, it was so close to success there. Mockit just, in the end, this is the crazy thing. Mockit are just being able, they're running into these strats head first, and they're just fragging out. They're winning on frags. They're definitely calculating their moves, but in both of these rounds, attacking Archives in particular, they fell for Secret's trap. And both times, it looked like Mockit were going to lose it. One time they did, one time they didn't. So impressive for Mockit to win that round despite walking into Secret's strategy.
Yeah, 4 rounds in, this is definitely shaping up to be one of the best games in this season for EU. That is for sure.
In recent memory, at least.
Yeah, that is 100% correct. So we'll see how things work out here for Mockit as they're going to try and wasting no time. They're already in the back, and that's Corey to get Lackey, wasting absolutely not a single second. And Chaos moving in from the back, trying to take down the barbed wire.
That is an absolutely huge kill onto Lackey. That means -1 C4, but considering how high the stakes are here, considering how excellent all of the players are, each kill means so much more. KS also takes down Steezy. It's looking really bad right now for Secret. This could be the first half in Mockit's favor, but Leon responds with a kill onto KS, so it's not all over yet. The buck gone means the vertical pressure is going to be significantly lessened. All 3 defenders currently find themselves shoulder to shoulder inside of the B-bomb site. No one holding fast onto A, but they have the ability to deny it in all likelihood. A C4 probably from the Mira, and Evil Eyes inside a kitchen likely from Leon Gitz. So there's good information here, but Leon bites the dust, and that is one form of denial no longer available to the defense. The push finally coming out from Mockit, following up the smokes. Lems trying to push and deny this plant, but he's not going to be successful initially. Corey takes out Meepy, and he's looking for any frag he can get. Lems will take down Rips, and it will down Corey as well. It's a 2 versus 1. If Lems times this right, he could put it into a 1 versus 1, but it's not going to happen. Too assertive is the attack right now as they pick up their teammate, and Corey will get the final kill vengeance on being downed earlier in the round.
3 to 4 kills here at the end of the round as Corey absolutely decimating things. No ACOG needed as he finds the heads of his opponents one by one to take them off and pick them off. Mockit, pure display of skill. You mentioned the frag power, but that was all calculated. They droned it and then instantly were pressuring the site.
I mean, you have to attribute it to frag power as well, though. Usually a push through a locker hallway is easily rebuffed.
Yeah.
Not so in this case from Mockit.
At 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the smoke was throwing his first gas canister.
What even is that? When the round ended, there was about a minute and some, maybe 10, 15 seconds left on the clock. That is too much time to be ending rounds on, Mockit. Too quick, too efficient, well done, nice attack onto the bottom floor through lockers, and Team Secret giving away too many lives early on with no response. Leon started to fight back, but it was too little too late at that point. Now, basement defense to start things off here for Mockit. And this is the second half, of course, Mockit being successful on the first.
Now we'll see how Mockit play this one here as they're looking like more of a reinforcement up in the bathroom. And that's a usual position where you would see at least one of the mirror windows. And there you go, KS. Back in the day, very much well known for his Mira plays on Penta, now G2. Then Shate came in and replaced him in that position. And obviously now being on his team usually doesn't play the Mira since it's not available. Here we get to see some of the master plans because usually we see him pioneering the Oregon bathroom hold with the Mira window. But a few things, but it's a rush. The Mira will take down one, but no, it's a team kill here as Corey goes in for two, but it's Secret to refrag. 2 left on the board for Mockit, same for Secret. But it's Lackey on the site, rips in the back, also has the pulse in hand to play. Vale will rotate back down. They know where their opponents are as they still tag them low. But Vale has no C4 to play with. They can open in from the opposite end as the Capitao here. The C4 will get thrown in from Rips onto Alems. They stop the Capitao and Vale will get it done. Beautiful play from Mockit to retake the site as Team Secret just kind of ran in and had it. But unfortunately, the flank from the Bandit was not expected, and the C4 chuck from the Pulse was on point.
Mira being on the yellow stairs when she was caught in a rotation was ultimately the thing to cost Secret that round. Apart from that, it looked like Secret was going to make it happen, but not to be, it seems. A nice attempt at a rush strategy. Mockit, though, well countered. And 4-2, Mockit's favor. It's looking even worse and worse for Secret, though this match is far from over, as I'm sure you all know. This is an extremely close one.
Yeah, every single round, no matter who has won it, was a nail-biter to the end. So we'll get to see how Secret changed this one up here on their second attack as we start off round number 7. Mockit, having won the sites now, will move on to CEO or in the console chamber, and we'll see how they get to play this one here. They obviously are bringing the Mira, so most likely a hold on the opposite end to look into admin, make sure you have control of that for as long as possible, at least waste Secret's time. But you mentioned it at the start, Castle being banned, it's a great site for him, and he's not available with his utility.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to lock out a couple of the variations on defense in the top floor, but it will lock out some variations. And obviously, those variations are the ones that Secret do not want to deal with. So now, in this sense, because of those operator bans, on this attack, Secret should have the keys to the city, or at least the site, and will likely be met with success. Though, it's not a surefire win, especially considering how Mockit have been playing. So, well, a little bit of an edge goes Secret's way. I don't know if I can really say it's a sure thing. Now, it looks like it's going to be a yellow stairs attack, and that makes a lot of sense considering their ban. Lackey will eat some damage early on from the mirror of KS. A little bit there, but he's still very much in play, and he's going to be able to use his utility, that's for sure.
Now Lackey holding on the outside of the bathroom. Grenade right into Brian, and that's Miki to take him out. That's the advantage, of course, for Team Secret, as the Jaeger didn't worry enough about grenades, I guess, there. And Lackey setting up for an angle. There you go. We'll have a close angle to look into the side of the bathroom and the hallway. As Leon is set along the outside by the yellow stairs. They can drop in, but you already see the defenders that are playing close up onto the site. KS will go down on the Mira, and they should be able to clean him up here, as unfortunately for him, he overextends, and Meepy will land an easy shot to take down the Mira. Corey just moving back into connector. Heard the MP5 SD rattling off here and there, but he doesn't know that there's one up top, and Leon finds the kill. And just rotating and playing from the back. The bandit is spotted, and Leon goes in for the chase, and that's Rips. Ripped to shreds. Last in is Vale, and they know he's in the back of the waiting room. Grenades will fall right into him, and LMs holding the cross angle takes him down. Secret, methodical takedown of every single player. Isolate them and take them down. A pure strategy of divide and conquer.
Well played there to Team Secret. Absolutely dominant round, and you could see that castle ban really paying off. The way that they attacked that, it makes a lot of sense why they would get rid of that operator in that attack. It was a B site take, yellow stairs take. They didn't have to deal with the Jaeger on the yellow stairs. That's the biggest thing. Now, Brian has yet to get a kill in this match, if I'm not mistaken, still at 0 frags. And, yes, and V, there you go. And putting somebody who just hasn't woken up yet in one of the most important positions for this match, which is yellow stairs, was a serious mistake for Mockit. He didn't make anything happen. He died to a grenade, and because of that, immediately after, Secret had a relatively large amount of control over the yellow stairs, and because of that, the outcome of the round. So, great job taking yellow stairs, isolating that angle from the defense. Then they went for the push onto CEO. Because the castle was not in play, whether or not Mockit intends the castle to be in play, the angles are abundant from the B window, and Secret make great use of them.
Well, now KS is setting up with his Mira, of course, so he has one, also the reinforcement on the side here to protect the one in the bathroom and the close angle against him, as he's trying to force his opponents to overexpose themselves. However, the thing with that rotation part is that it's very easy to find a couple angles on a drop hatch from bathroom down into the garage and shut down the Mira, or anybody really playing from there. Now, the Mira won't always play in it, but you see KS setting what? All the way on top? Boy.
Wait, that's an
interesting one. They're not expecting any push from west side.
I mean, if anybody repels on that CEO window, then this whole defense is going to feel a little bit of pain. There you go. Somebody repelling on the CEO windows. Looks like he's going all the way to the roof, though, so not going to actually linger. He did break the window, but he moved swiftly on. An interesting setup, nonetheless, from Mockit right now.
Yeah, Secret still take as they would if they're pushing the console chamber, just from the same exact angle. No reason for them to come in from admin side, as they have not been super fans of that push at all. And you already saw that mirror window was popped, and now it turns completely to your disadvantage if you are on the defense, as you mentioned there, Michael.
So that's going to allow for an easier take into projector, and because of that, the defense is just going to fall back. I guess it's the calculation that Mockit made at the beginning of the round. They knew this would happen. They didn't seem to care, I guess, but I'm sure they didn't expect Secret to be so efficient in clearing out this top floor. That was just basically wasted utility. Not much time it got for the expense. Secret, though, will be able to start opening up many angles. They have a Buck and a Zofia both in a position to take onto this bottom floor, open up those angles. Alems will take down Vale, and it's already looking pretty good for Secret.
Caught him off the rotation here, but Corey will refrag, taking down Leon. The Zofia was shot down on the opposite end here of the map by Admin. And that's a big frag. It removes the Zofia right before Secret are able to execute on the site. At least Secret are trying to gather as much information as possible here, as of course Meepy, having control of the top floor, can just bucket all open and should be able to find an angle on anybody playing inside of the bathroom. Unfortunately, bouncing grenade from here is very difficult to land, and finding the angle on the mirror window is nigh impossible. You see one in the back, grenade just tossed, and not time. Did it? It fell all the way. No, it fell down. It did not, unfortunately, connect and does no damage to Mockit. As KS, though, this time will be the one to get it. Corey turns around. Oh my God! Lackey going down on Lems with the kill. There's another one downed as well. All up to a Lems in a 2v2. Can at least bring it back. The C4 has already been expended, but there you go. KS with one. He's traded off for Meepy. Brian versus Meepy, as now it's up to Brian to try and save the round. Meepy gets the spot to turn him into a 50-50 health against one another. Information being relayed in, but the diffuser's all the way on the outside, and Baka will win the fight!
Impact frags from Baka! He manages to pull it out! Against all odds, it looked like it was going to be a clutch, but no! Baka makes it happen!
That's what he's saving his fire for. I won't fire a single round until I can do this much damage. And there you go. That's a ton of work here. Brian, the only frag he's gotten so far,
impact frags,
is quite possibly the most important frag of this entire match.
Super huge kill there for Brian, and a 5-3 now for Mockit. They look poised to take this all the way 6-3, which, by the way, would be the most one-sided victory of the day. It's been 6-4 every single match today. So either Secret wakes up, brings us to a draw, or Mockit wins one of these next 2 rounds.
Here's the thing. In 8 rounds that have been played, each team has had one dominant round, and then 3 others that are all close rounds that went to 2v2s or 2v1s, or 1v1s even. It's absolutely insane how close this match has been, and it definitely defines the highest level of play that we are watching right now. It is, by far and away, a treat.
Yeah, this has been one of the best matches we've seen in a good long time, and I gotta commend each and every one of the players for giving us what they're showing us today. And the reason, again, is just there's so much on the line here. Both teams really need this win. Secret can no longer get the win. It's just not possible. At most, they're going to get a single point out of this, and that is not what they were bargaining for going into it. Of course, at 20 points, if they draw with Mockit, they will stay in 4th place, and Mockit will likely actually move their way up. If I'm not mistaken, we'd have to calculate it because Millennium's at 22 points. Mockit's right now at 21 points. We'll have to take a look at that later.
Secret is at 20 right now, so even a tie would give Secret 1 point.
Yeah.
But Mockit would still be 1 point ahead of them. So Mockit winning next week against Millennium will give Mockit a spot. Millennium winning will give them a spot. The Team Secret, even them winning against Chaos, would not be enough, because then they would only have an extra three points, but Mockit already has 1 above them.
So
this is do or die for Secret, and even then,
it's not great.
It's all about Mockit and Millennium possibly tying.
Yeah, it's not in the moral of the story here is not in Secret's hands anymore. Yeah. But they are going to take down Vale, and that's a good start to this round. And by not in their hands, I mean they are beholden to other teams seeing a lack of success.
Yeah, so you mentioned the very first frag going the way of Vale. It's a big boon here for Secret to try and recover, as Mockit sit tight and pretty. Stizzy is just walking it up top. He's going to open up the hatch from the main lobby and should open the second one. There you go. The mirror window completely foregone here, as just have an angle to use. And Alems will find the second one as he comes in from the service stairs. Finds one more, but it's Brian to move up, and Alems, oh my God, connects the shot. Brian to go down.
Brian, that was a really foolhardy play in that situation. He's looking for more frags, but just pushing his way up, Visa giving himself to Alems, basically. Now it's all up to Rips and Chaos in a 2 versus 5. Garage will be opened up, and the drop star as well. Not an easy situation to handle for the last 2 defenders. Paul's starting to work his way out of the archives and towards the garage where the actual push is happening. Lots of vertical pressure, smokes to cover, KS doing some damage to the Capitao. C4 will likely get a kill in just a second, and yes it will. That's Steezy, the defuse planter, taken down, but it will quickly be picked up. Meepy gets one, Lems the other, Secret take the round. We go to 5-4, the final round of this match.
What a fitting way to take it all the way to the end, the final round. See if Secret can nab 1 point off of it.
So as I touched on earlier, there has not been a draw yet today. Every single match has been 6-4. We've seen every round played. But if this is a draw, if Secret win this round, it'll be the first draw of the day. And it will technically keep them in the running. Although, again, unlikely that they'll be able to make it work at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Mockit, even tying, will tie them in points with Millennium.
Yeah.
So even at 22-22 with Team Secret at 21, I'll remind you that it all is played for next week. Secret beating Chaos might give them 3 points to put them up at 24, but unless Millennium and Mockit tie, it might be an unfortunate story here for Secret.
Well, we can actually, you know what? Now that you say that, I find it incredibly likely that Mockit and Millennium could tie.
100%.
So if Mockit and Millennium tie and Secret beat
wins.
Chaos in the next match, then Secret, against all odds, will push forward. And they will take it. Yeah, they'll take it. Even if Secret loses here, and Mockit, no. If
in
Secret,
that case, it would not work.
Yeah, if Secret loses here, yeah, then it's.
They need the tie today, or else it wouldn't work.
So over the next 3 minutes, Secret needs to win this round and thus draw this match in order to keep Mockit back from locking Secret out. That is the only choice. So these next 2 minutes and 47 seconds, that's all it comes down to in the end for Team Secret.
All right, we'll see Corey this time on the Jaeger as Brian has gone back to his usual Echo. There's some pretty interesting spots, actually, that Brian has on the Yokais. And, you know, when we're detecting them here and there on some review VODs, he was kind of a bit mad of, you know, being able to spot all or at least some of the positions that he's been using. There's some pretty interesting stuff that he has in mind.
Yeah, some very important things where you put those yokai drones. A lot of information could be gathered, disruption to the defuse plant, and so on. It's just such a powerful piece of utility, and that's why you often see Echo banned, but not so in this match. On the basement, the final place for both teams in today's play day. And this is ramping up to be an exciting one. There's no thermite, which means the garage is going to be a little focused for the attack. Well, we have seen Mockit actually make an attack work happen. Oh, all over the place right now. Make an attack work from the locker hallway. But it's a tricky thing to do, and Secret doesn't seem keen to do exactly that. They're more focusing on vertical control. And can work out as well in Secret's favor. It did work last time. They were just here in the previous round, but it was so close.
They'll go through the checklist here as Tizzy will open up the hatches, and at least that has forced Mockit down back onto the site. Of course, the bathroom will be foregone. See if there's going to be an entry frag here, as last time we saw the damage that was done by a LEMS, and it wasn't something that Mockit could come back from. As Lackey just watching in case there is a push from the backside. Meepy in the meantime, Skeleton King as much as possible downstairs from piano into downstairs, and Vale with a nitro cell in hand will try to find an angle, but it's Leon for the first. Brian takes a bit of damage here, but he's able to send a bit more towards Leon. Can he find the shot? It'll do a lot of damage. C4 will get thrown out. Vale needs to make sure he doesn't kill himself in this. No damage will be added on top of what Secret have taken. With 32 seconds left on the clock, Vale is just watching from garage, but the Habana will start to open things up.
The intensity is palpable. Mockit have the right setup and only 20 seconds to delay. They haven't lost anyone to the vertical pressure, but that could change very soon as Buck continues to peek towards Vale. Only 14 seconds. Baka with the first kill for his team onto a LEMS. The attack starts to come out in earnest from the garage. Lackey will take down Vale, and he's pushed his way up to White Fan. Baka shuts him down, though. Impact frags from Baka, his third in the round. The diffuser goes down, though, despite the Echo still being in play. Meepy onto Rips, Chaos onto Steezy. A 1 versus 2, but from above. Meepy's going to be easily able to deny the disable of the diffuser in this situation. All he need do is wait. Chaos on low HP. He'll die to a single bullet. He's trying to disable, but he won't be successful. Meepy shuts him out. Baka has to clutch it It'll be an incredible clutch if he manages to pull it off, but it's not seeming likely. He's not in a great position to make this work. He's going for the fake. The nade misses. The shot misses as well from Meepy. 1 HP on Baki. He goes for the spray, but misses the shot. The nade secondary misses. And the final shot from Meepy. Secret take the draw, and they keep their hopes of LAN alive.
Literally the best game of this entire season so far. No way will anything be able to measure up to this. What a beautiful match. A tie 5-5 between two of the best teams in the world, and definitely two of the best in European.